playing one puck. He just likes to come out too. I mean, he
Oh,
finds a stack. Here we go. Uh, this will be a thriller in Manila right here. These two guys have competed lots of times, and they're road buddies now too. They go to tournaments together quite often. So put this in here.
yeah, you got Stan Tourangeau, Dan Louie. This is a race to 6. We're live at the Western BCA Regional Championships from the Chinook Winds Hotel and Casino, Lincoln City, Oregon. Appreciate you all tuning in and joining us. Stan's got the first break.
Well, starting up off the rail. No options for shots. No real options for shots.
Stan's moving the barrier back a little bit, giving himself a little bit more room.
Stan has done a lot of winning in the last 5 or 6 years. He seems to have been the almost the favorite in a lot of bar table events. You know, obvious he didn't want to trap the 8 ball like he did, but
Yeah, he's going to have to figure out a way to get over to it and, break it out of there.
well, the converse is there too. With Danny has to work his way to break out his stripe.
Yeah.
You know, so and they're kind of in their own area. It's no real close breakout balls. It's not that it can't be done, but hit that with good speed.
It just doesn't have a shot on a solid, it looks like here. I don't know if he can get the 2 ball. It's close.
Little curve shot, he made it. Well, I won't say that was an easy out, but the ball's all laid pretty perfect for him. Now, this match is being recorded too, so people could check it out later. Nope. That was just routine for Stan. Don't anybody blink.
Yeah, this match I think is going to go pretty quickly.
Yeah.
These players know what they're doing.
Now Danny, he won the one of the first world tournaments back in '76 or '77, beating Mike Siegel in the 9-ball championship finals way back when. He was just a kid. And played real good back then. Started playing when he was about 10 years old. His father had a pool room. Seen him play a lot around here over the years. He was also considered like the Northwest champion, even 2 decades after he won the world championship. That's how strong a player he maintained himself to be. Danny's had to overcome kidney problems over the years too. He was on kidney dialysis for a decade before he got a transplant. He left himself a little tough here. For the 4, but he's got options.
Yeah, he's in good shape, I think, to get out here. Ideally, you would like to get fairly straight on the 6-ball, just so you can roll forward for the 1. The 2 will probably be his last shot, and then get to the 8 from there.
Yeah, the other option is that he just might stop it and shoot the 1 next. Probably not as ideal.
But still, yeah, you can still make it happen that way.
He's going to try to get on the 2-ball.
Now it's gotten a little tricky here, This isn't ideal whatsoever. He might have to shoot the 2, and he's looking at trying to come on the other side of the 1-ball.
Yeah, 2 rails out and get on the 6 for the side pocket. That's kind of what I envision him doing here.
Yeah.
He didn't do it that way.
Played on the other side of the 1, and he's going to roll straight forward and shoot the 6 on the side after.
Well, from here, that stripe looks like it's got a big leg on the one side of it.
Yeah, it does.
Sticking right out. You tripped the one ball going by, but obviously it goes by. Yeah, it did. The leg was too big. Well, there's in this particular event, there's a total payout of about $7,700. First place is $3,000. Forty-eight men players in this. Well, I think Stan went a little bit too far as to what he wants to do. He's got options. If he hits this right, gets under 12, he can knock out the 11 ball. Looks like he's going to three-rail this cue ball shape. Or is he two-railing it? He two-railed it.
Wow, he hit that perfect.
I think you don't hit the ball
that's ball in hand
better.
position. Yeah.
Right. I think ball in hand isn't that good. Yeah, that was pretty much the best shot in this match so far. Inside English, bring the cue ball, stiffen it up a little bit and come two rails. Perfect. Well, 1-1. Stan's won numerous VNEA and VCA amateur titles. He's won the Reno Open before. In fact, I was his first match at the Reno Open one time, and he had me in that. I had him in that match 7-2 going to 9, and I hooked myself on the 3-ball out. And He came back and beat me. That was the first round of the tournament, and he ended up winning that tournament.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's one of those matches like you'll never forget it, right?
Well, you know, it was like a could have been. You know, I was
Yeah.
playing pretty good in those days, and you know, and Stan was not, you know, as good a player as he is now, and I had beaten him a few times before, but he is really tough now. He is tough. You know, some have considered him the best 8-ball player on the continent. You know, so that's a pretty strong reputation to have.
Oh yeah, he's capable of beating anybody. We got Lenny and Andrew in the booth. For those of you who are wondering. Appreciate you all tuning in to OnTheRailTV.com. You're watching the 19th, is that correct, Andrew? The 19th annual
Yes.
Western BCA Championships here.
I've been part of this association from the beginning. Yeah.
You've seen it really grow, huh?
Oh yeah, we were in a little National Guard station in our first 2 years in Longview, Washington, and then we moved to a convention center in Seaside before we came here. And this is the nuts as far as locations. The Chinook Winds is, you know, having this event, the convention center at the coast. You know,
Doesn't get any better, huh?
you know, it's nice.
Yeah.
You know, Oregon coast is pretty good. It's a little blustery out there, you know, the last couple of days, but it isn't always bad, you know, weather-wise or stormy or whatever. It's a great place. You know, Stan got another routine there. Again, you guys don't blink.
Well, this is a race to 6, correct?
If it's a race to 6, yeah. I think initially it was longer because we weren't anticipating as many players, and then it just exploded. You know, you got to thank Chinook Winds. They're putting up $5,000 for the men's event here, so it's pretty cool. And of course, the Western BCA is contributing some money too. Yeah, Danny's a 2-time collegiate champion too, back when he was at Washington, University of Washington, back in the early 70s. Not a lot of players have that distinction. I know Nick Varner won it twice when he was in college. Danny won it twice. There's a few others.
So what do you think about these Cyclops balls?
I personally like them.
Yeah.
8-ball, it is, you know, they're nice. I think the composition of the balls, you know, they rebound off each other pretty nice. You know, everybody's found some reason not to like them or whatever because they're not, people don't like change. But these balls are pretty good. The big eye on the cue ball gets in the way every once in a while. And,
Yeah, right.
And if you're if you're playing 9-ball or 10-ball or any rotation game, you can get a little confused with a couple of the balls because the colors are close. And but otherwise, they play really good. They play really good. And that should be the bottom line. Looks are secondary. I like the pastel colors, too. But I believe this ball's made in Europe.
Well, it's getting a little tricky now.
Danny kind of shot the ball a little bit earlier. In the old days, which was 20-some years ago, we used to call Danny the Machine because he was down on the ball and 18 practice strokes and he'd shoot, and you could almost bet bet it to the exact amount every time. It's kind of funny. Yeah, tough shot.
Yeah, well, he left the cue ball with some distance. I don't know if Stan's going to take the 9-ball on or not.
Yeah.
Might just, I don't know if he can really play a safety here, considering where he could also go off the 12 and roll him up on the 15-ball.
Well, Stan's smart.
Yeah.
He knows that his shot-making ability is pretty strong right now. His confidence is high.
Yeah, I think he might play this safe.
Yeah, he's going to
12 and
tuck it in.
Yep, put him right on the 15-ball. Might be a pretty good shot. He called the bank.
Well, he can't find a real good safe because even tucking it in, there's kick shots. Played it that way.
Well, what do you see that Dan's got here? He's playing the 6-ball in the side pocket.
Yeah, is he gonna carom it or cut it? I can't tell from here.
Yeah, it's tough.
He caromed it.
Yeah, good shot.
That was an excellent shot.
Well, he should get out this rack.
Yeah.
The 7-ball's in a funny spot. That's the only thing.
Yeah, hopefully he'll get an angle and for the breakout.
Well, he might be able to play this down in the bottom right-hand corner of the table.
Yeah, it's from
from
the
our
booth,
angles,
it looks like
yeah.
it's really tight, but maybe tighter than it actually is.
He's looking at it right now, seeing where he wants to be.
You know, there's a lot of pretty good players in the room.
Yeah, quite a good amount of people sweating this match too. In the
Yeah.
crowd.
In fact, the reason why I said that is I see Janet McKee over here, and she won one of the first Miller Lite tournaments back in 1984 women's event,
Wow.
and she's here. And there's Cindy Doty, who was another winner of that event. I think that the next year or 2 years after, and a couple national amateur champions in here. Well, that was a nice out.
Two. A little bit of back and forth here.
Yeah, well, that was a multiple inning game, which is one person shoots 2 innings and the other one shoots 1.
Well, Stan's going to be breaking the balls, and you know, you definitely want to hold serve when you got the break when you're playing at this level.
Yeah, right now it's been the coin flip. Everybody's won on their own break. Well, nothing is really tied up. Well, maybe. Yeah, like I said earlier, Stan's done a lot of winning and placing very well in tournaments the last few years. You know.
Hey, he looks pretty composed, you know. He's
Yeah. Yeah. I think he was born in Alberta, Canada, eh?
I've heard that a lot last year.
Yeah.
I was working with a lot of Canadians. Oh, that'll open up the table.
That was an excellent shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple decisions to make here. You can roll the 12 ball in the side and play the stripe on the rail. come out a little bit for the 9 or stop it and play the 13 and come back across. That's what he's going to do. Well, I think that ball speed was pretty well executed.
Looks like Stan's going to go up 3-2 here.
I wonder how many people would take bets on it right here that he doesn't get out.
Yeah, not many.
Yeah. Another 1 inning game. Dan Louie plays with a Dan Jones cue and an Ernie O'Meara jump cue. And those Ernie O'Meara jump cues are they're beautiful, just beautiful. A lot of controversy about whether we should have jump cues or not. You know, I kind of lean against them. You know, because I like to use, you know, I like to kick at balls and use systems and stuff like that. And you know, jumping makes some things a lot easier for some players.
Yeah, that's understandable, you know. Just personally, I don't own a jump cue, you know. I play a lot of one pocket. I just recently bought a break cue. Play a little bit more 8-ball and 9-ball. But I'm not opposed to it, but it's just sometimes I'll play a good safe and then all of a sudden they just pull out a jump cue and it's like, it's not that difficult. It's really,
right.
You know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. Is once you master it a little bit. I remember, you know, I maybe I was one of the first people to have a jump cue around this area, and I was jumping all the time and hitting balls.
Yeah.
And, you know, jumping balls off the rails and cutting them off the rail. I mean, you get pretty, you know, masse jumps, and you can do all that, but you know, it makes some things a lot easier than it should be. You know.
Oh yeah, I mean,
like you play a good safe, like you just said, and then next thing you know, somebody pulls one of those out and gets a legal hit. Yeah.
It took me, you know, a few minutes to learn how to jump. It's, you know, it's a pretty simple. It's pretty easy, especially with you know, the phenolic tip. It's, you know, jumping with a few full cue. I don't really like if someone can do that. To me, that's a real skill. You know, it's not an easy thing to do with a leather tip.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a purist in that way too. Leather tips, and you know, if you can jump with your own cue, then that should be a skill, you know, that people should learn. You know. may be corrected here. It's a Dave Jones cue that Dan Louie plays with. I think I said Danny Jones. I get all those cue makers confused sometimes. Danny James, Davy Jones, you know.
Hey, what's going on, Daniel? Nice to see you on here.
Hello. Wow, missed the shot. That's uncharacteristic for Stan. POV. The bush. Must be. Nope. Yeah, nice shot. I know that some people can see the camera view of the table that's right next to the ones that we're commentating on, and that's Cindy Sleva over there playing, and she just won at Reno at the bar box, the women's section over there.
Hey, Daniel said hello.
Mr. Bush, it's Andrew Monstus with Lenny here. One S Adele.
I'm gonna put us on there real quick. Want to wait for the camera and say hello?
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's two great pool minds up here commentating, just to let everybody know.
There's no 9-footers there. I wish there was. I'd like to play a little bit of one pocket, and that'd be fun.
You know, in the future, when the space gets more opened up around here at this convention room, we will see some 9-footers. That was a tough shot for Danny, for sure. I think he was kind of hoping that it would kiss off a ball and go in the pocket there.
I appreciate all of you guys tuning in and checking us out. Thanks for stopping by. Table's laying pretty good for Stan to get out.
Yeah, he's dialed in on the speed. He's hit some shots and come up perfect. And so is Danny too. You know that you hear the term master of the cloth. Well, I think both these guys are masters of the cloth.
Oh yeah, a lot of years of experience and countless matches.
Yeah, Danny started playing when he was 10 years old, and he's 60 now, so that's 50 years right there.
Yeah, if Stan gets out here, he's going to go up 4-2 in this race to 6.
Yeah, alternate break. When somebody gets ahead a little bit, it's harder to regain those games. You get behind, you're in trouble.
Well, mark up another one for Stan. Now, they can't use phenolic tips in this tournament, can they?
The same ones that are legal at any BCAPO event.
Okay.
That hybrid phenolic tip that came out that was cracking the cue balls. We pretty much told those people who had them put on their jump sticks or brake cues that they should probably get rid of them. But outside of that, phenolic's okay.
Yeah, yeah. kind of like the solids here a little bit better. I know those two are up there, look pretty close together, but I just don't like the 12 ball.
No, I actually don't see the 12 balls that much of a problem, but because you can get position on it and shoot it.
Yeah, he might try to get shape right now. No.
We can get on it here by sliding through. Yeah, he did. That's what I would have thought about playing.
He got perfect on the 12 ball. Looks like he looks like he's in pretty good shape here to run this rack out and get up on the hill.
Yeah. Ooh, a little dipsy-do on Stan. Wasn't sure it was going in.
Oh, there we go. Stan is on the hill, and it's Stan's break now. This is the 19th annual Western BCA Regional Championships. We're live from Chinook Winds Hotel and Casino in Lincoln City, Oregon. Appreciate all of you tuning in to OnTheRailTV.com. We're going to be streaming for another few hours with people in the booth. After 8 p.m. Pacific time, we will have a camera running for you guys to watch random matches that come into view. It'll probably be put onto 2 tables nearby. Our streams usually start at 10 a.m. Pacific every day. Tomorrow, I might either start at 9 a.m. or 11 a.m. It's dependent upon which match we'll be showing. If it's a finals match at 9 a.m. for some reason, which I doubt, then I would come in a little bit earlier. But if not, we'll be starting the stream at 11 a.m. Pacific.
Up against the wall, played a flyer.
Well, how do you think Stan is going to start this off?
Well, it looks like all the stripes are not blocked, basically, at some pocket. Four ball doesn't go by the stripe in the one corner there, and so I think he's going to take a strike.
think you're right about that. The stripes look pretty good.
Give yourself a few options. You see because they're spread out a little bit more. And there's like there's a clump of solids on one end and another clump on the other end, so that makes it a lot more difficult. Gets on the 11 here, this could be the match.
Yeah, I think the 10 ball might be the last ball he shoots.
Right. I agree.
After the 13, he'll probably roll up off the 13 to the 10.
So you played 8-ball before.
Yeah.
Let's see,
First game that most people learn, right?
Yeah. He's going to draw this up. Well, he just played it for the simple cut.
Yeah,
Good
he'll
for
cut
him.
it, come over to the 13 and 10, and this should be match over. He must get fairly straighted on the 13 also.
Well, he's got the ball speed down.
Yeah, he's going to be tough to beat like that.
Last time we had this event in the open event in October, Rafael Martinez won it, playing Stan in the finals. Well, that was well played by Stan. Stan,
Yeah, it was a
in stroke.
pretty good match there.
Danny was up against the wall on a couple of shots that he couldn't make. Basically, the two of the top competitors in this event.
All right, well, got to see who's coming up next. We'll find out shortly, and in the meantime, I'll move this camera onto another match for you guys.
You can pull up the bracket here. I don't know how you do it. Well, I would just want to give people the payouts for the open event. 3,000 for first, 1,700 for second, 1,000 for third, 600 for fourth, 300 for fifth and sixth, 200 for seventh and eighth, and 100 for 9th through 12th. Pays maybe a little bit deeper than some tournaments, but this event is just kind of getting off the ground. It's the second one. Chinook Winds and the Western BCA is working on, getting some more serious added money to the event. And in the future, you'll likely see more pro-level players. I think we have on the screen the Cindy Sleva, Andrea Mays match, and it wasn't that long ago that all the top women players around here were beating